This episode is brought to you by Prep Starts Now, because life doesn't come with a warning. When an emergency strikes, whether it's a power outage, natural disaster, or even a medical scare, the last thing you want is panic. Prep Start Now empowers families to be ready with the right tools, knowledge, and confidence. They're about smart planning so you can focus on protecting your family instead of scrambling for solutions. Their shop has everything from first aid kits and water filtration to backup power and essential gear. Plus, their Prep Academy makes it easy to learn emergency skills with simple guides and quick tips anyone can follow. I've arranged an exclusive 15% discount for my listeners. Just go to prepstartsnow.com and use promo code ZeroSignal at checkout, or click the link in my show notes where the discount is applied automatically. Don't wait for the next crisis. Take action today. That's prepstartsnow.com. Promo code ZeroSignal. Welcome back to Zero Signal Shorts, the place where we strip out some of the strangest signals pulsing through culture and the internet. Today we're stepping into the world of futuristic healing technology, machines known as medbeds, and this strange evolving mythology that surrounds them. Online, medbeds aren't described as hospital equipment. They're imagined as sleek, pod-like chambers capable of doing what modern medicine cannot. Depending on who you ask, a medbed can instantly diagnose illness, regenerate damaged tissue, cure cancer, or even reverse the aging process altogether. For believers, these devices aren't science fiction. They're real, and they're being hidden away from the public. Over the next few minutes, we'll take a guided tour through medbed narrative, exploring what they're claimed to be, the history of those claims, the communities keeping the story alive, the different types of people described, and the viral video that keeps this conspiracy theory resurfacing time after time. And before we dive in, remember, our full-length episodes drop every Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. But for now, let's unlock the pod, climb inside, and see what's waiting in the world of medbeds.
Breaking now, President Donald J. Trump has announced a historic new healthcare system, the launch of America's first medbed hospitals and a national medbed card for every citizen.
Every American will soon receive their own medbed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation, equipped with the most advanced technology in the world. These facilities are safe, modern, and designed to restore every citizen to full health and strength. This is the beginning of a new era in American healthcare.
In this first phase, only a limited number of medbed cards will be released. Registration details will be announced very soon.
That video, of course, was obviously generated by artificial intelligence. If you spend enough time around this technology, you can pick up the hallmarks, the monotone cadence, the slightly off rhythm of speech. But that raises the bigger question. What exactly are medbeds? Believers describe them as highly advanced medical pods, machines that look less like hospital equipment and more like props lifted straight from a science fiction film. In these accounts, the technology is said to come from secret military programs, or in some versions, gifted to humanity by aliens. Three primary types of medbeds are described. First is the holographic medbed, imagined as a pod that maps the entire body in seconds, instantly diagnosing every hidden illness or imbalance that a person has. The next is the regeneration medbed, a chamber said to repair tissue, restore organs, regrow limbs, and erase disease at a cellular level. And lastly, the age regression medbed, believed to reprogram DNA itself, rewinding the body's biological clock, restoring youth, and undoing decades of aging. Across forums, videos, and live streams, medbeds are painted as the ultimate cure, able to conquer cancer, erase chronic illness, and in some tellings, even bring a dying person back to life. The language surrounding these leans heavily on the vocabulary of science fiction and New Age healing. Phrases like vibrational frequency, quantum alignment, and energy fields, giving myth a futuristic, almost mystical tone. The story of medbeds first emerged in the fringe corners of the internet, where New Age healing communities blended ideals of spiritual awakening with futuristic technology. In those early spaces, medbeds were spoken of as the next stage of human evolution, machines that would usher in this era of perfect health and limitless potential. As the ideal spread, it began to take on a new form, particularly inside the Q-related circles. Here, medbeds weren't just miracle machines. They became part of a much larger narrative. Supporters claimed that governments, secret military programs, or shadowy elites were actively hiding the technology from the public. The promise was always the same. One day soon, these machines would be revealed and humanity would finally be free from disease, suffering, and aging. One of the most visible promoters have been a man named Jared Rand, who has hosted marathon conference calls and live streams describing so-called celestial chambers and medbeds in great detail. These sessions, sometimes running for several hours, have circulated widely on platforms like YouTube, Rumble, and Telegram, reaching audiences eager for any sign that the tech might actually be real. Medbeds are also frequently tied to the larger conspiracy frameworks, linked to Nesara and GSAR, supposed global financial resets, and prophecies of spiritual or political upheaval. In these narratives, medbeds are part of a world-changing event, a moment when hidden technology will finally be released, depths will finally be forgiven, and humanity will be set on a new path. For believers, the medbed isn't just a medical device. It's a symbol of transformation, a promise that a better world is waiting just out of reach. Medbeds don't just exist in written posts or message boards. They become a constant feature across video platforms and live stream channels. On Rumble and YouTube, dozens of clips circulate with titles like "Medbeds Available to the Public" or "The Truth About Medbeds." These videos rely on familiar science fiction aesthetics, glowing pods bathed in this blue or green light, animated scanners sweeping across digital bodies, and CG renderings that look like something straight out of Star Trek. They're usually paired with calm, steady narration, promising absolute miracles. Viewers are told that these machines can erase disease, restore vitality, or extend human life far beyond the natural span. Some videos even claim a rollout is imminent, while others insist the technology is already here, hidden in underground facilities and restricted by the world's elites. The content doesn't stop at short clips. Entire podcast episodes, multi-hour live streams, and sprawling video playlists are dedicated to medbeds. In these communities, believers debate timelines for when the technology will be revealed, speculate on where first centers will open, and share alleged insider knowledge. Personal testimonies are also common, people claiming to have seen a medbed or to know someone cured by one. Others describe mysterious experiences in wellness centers that they connect back to the legend of the pods. Together, this ecosystem forms a self-reinforcing feedback loop. New videos appear, old ones resurface, and audience circulate clips across Telegram channels, Facebook groups, and TikTok feeds. The result is constantly regenerating this myth, one that never fades, only grows with each viral clip and every renewed promise that the release is just around the corner. What began as a fringe online narrative is now taking physical form. Across the United States, dozens of businesses now market themselves as medbed centers, often built inside renovated motels, wellness spas, or retreat spaces, claiming to bridge the gap between speculative healing and lived experience. The most visible of these operators is Tesla BioHealing. Their properties include a converted former Holiday Inn in Butler, Pennsylvania, now rebranded as a wellness hotel and medbed center. According to local media walkthroughs, guests can pay hundreds of dollars per night to stay in rooms outfitted with these biophoton generator canisters, devices the company claims emit a super boost of high-strength life force energy. In Carefree, Arizona, Tesla lists a similar overnight program promising multi-day immersive stays with continuous energy therapy. Their catalog shows partner centers in Illinois and Florida, offering comparable energy immersion packages. Tesla's website promotes cellular regeneration, vitality restoration, and holistic wellness, all powered by biophoton energy. They also sell at-home services, from BioHealer canisters starting at about $600 to large generator units priced above $20,000. Most pages include this legal disclaimer. Tesla BioHealing does not provide medical advice and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Media investigations have raised serious questions. An Associate Press report noted that when one customer opened a BioHealer canister, it contained a solid mass resembling concrete. Tesla BioHealing also sells cases of energized spring water, for $150 a case, said to be infused with life force energy. Experts interviewed by AP and other outlets point to the tension between the company's extraordinary claims and its frequent disclaimers, a marketing gray zone where science, spirituality, and profit intersect. Other vendors like Life Force Med Beds market physical pods to clinics, with trainings and business coaching included. Their material suggests that clinics incorporating med beds could generate tens of thousands of dollars in new revenue, positioning the devices as future-forward wellness investments. Buyers can even earn MedBed certification, turning customers into semi-affiliates within a growing wellness microeconomy. Now, check out this video that I obtained from a Pittsburgh news station.
Inside and out, this building along Route 8 in Butler looks like a hotel. That's because it always has been. Previously, it was a Holiday Inn, then a Days Inn. Now it's called the Tesla BioHealing and MedBed Center. And if you're wondering about the name Tesla, no, this operation is not connected at all with the electric car company owned by Elon Musk.
Now it's been completely renovated.
Their assistant general manager gives us a tour of the rooms, nearly 150 in total. This huge ballroom that has been hosting wedding receptions for decades is still available to rent. But the big reason people come here is in the name, healing. For a few $100s a night, guests can sleep in med bedrooms above Tesla BioHealing generators. They're spread all throughout the facility. 23 devices sit in the pool.
They energize the water. You can walk down, sit right on the generators.
Life force energy is the body's ability of innate intelligence to make changes or repair itself.
James Millen, who is a doctor of chiropractic, is the Butler facility's clinical study team leader. He says the company's canisters use Tesla BioHealing's proprietary technology. To buy their products can range in cost from several hundred up to tens of thousands of dollars.
These are 2 for $20,000, but they're also 100 times stronger than what these are. And that's why they have a larger range.
Tesla's website talks up biophoton or life force energy. One example reads, it benefits people debilitated by everything from dementia to stroke paralysis, even terminal cancers. Loads of written online customer testimonials echo that. So did 2 clients we spoke with in Butler.
I mean, this does help. No matter what's wrong with you, hey, I'll try anything, if it's going to help me.
I don't have the pain. I'm breathing better. I sleep better.
But also on the website, there's this disclaimer. Quote, Tesla BioHealing does not provide any medical advice. Our products, FDA-registered Tesla BioHealing OTC medical devices and services are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Please consult your own healthcare provider if you have any medical issues. So how do they balance all that?
It's quite simple. Basically, again, we're not doing anything. It's your own body that's doing it. See, the best physician's the one that's inside of your body.
Now, as far as the disclaimer is concerned, that's put there to try to protect them in case an agency comes after them. They can say, look, we're not making these claims.
Dr. Stephen Barrett is a retired psychiatrist. For decades, he's also investigated questionable or false health claims.
The idea that someone has a machine that's going to manipulate your energy and heal just about anything, that's the stuff of science fiction.
The FTC has previously investigated another company owned by Dr. James Liu, the founder of Tesla BioHealing. In 2014, the FTC wrote Liu a letter saying they were concerned claims made for an asthma device were not adequately substantiated. They didn't recommend any enforcement against the company. Partly, the letter says, because Liu agreed to stop using the product's name and it didn't sell much. They also wrote they expect medical claims to be properly backed up in the future. Liu turned us down for a follow-up interview, but in a written response, he wrote in part, quote, it was a learning opportunity for me that quite frankly guides me to this very day. At the end of the day, the advice from Dr. Barrett?
If you see testimonial claims, to be very suspicious. If you ask your doctor, that might be a good way to figure it out.
And that last part, going to your doctor, echoed by staff in Butler.
I don't give them any medical advice, but I will tell them just go to the physician that wrote the prescription in the first place.
What started out as an online whisper about secret healing pods has truly evolved into a worldwide belief system, a fusion of wellness, culture, conspiracy, and commerce. From Telegram groups to converted motels in Pennsylvania, the ideal of medbeds has stepped out of imagination and stepped right into a reality, at least for those willing to pay for it. Behind the glow of biophoton energy and the language of life force fields, there's a deeper story, one about how hope can be marketed and how technology can be a myth. Whether medbeds are miracle machines or modern snake oil, their real power lies in what they reveal about us. Our need to believe that healing can be instant, perfect, and just around the corner. Because in the end, the promise of MedBed isn't medical, it's emotional. It's the fantasy that somewhere out there might still be a machine that can make us whole again. But the truth is, we've already been given that blessing. And by the name of a man called Jesus Christ, he can make us whole again. He doesn't promise days, but he counts the hairs on our head. But if we believe in him, we can have eternal and everlasting life. We can be healed and live forever through faith. I wouldn't believe in the snake oil that people are trying to sell you that a machine can replace God. He recounts in the Bible that every person can only live to a max of 120 years. Now, obviously, there are some exceptions to that rule, the way God decides. But we're never going to live forever. We're never going to keep our bodies whole and young and perfect. And anything that we do is just delaying the inevitable. So I think we should follow his direction. Treat our bodies as temples that will keep us young in a physical appearance, and rely on his word, which will keep us young at heart. Thank you for tuning in to Zero Signal Shorts. If you liked what you heard today, follow, share, tell a friend, and join us every Tuesday for our full-length investigations. Until then, stay awake, stay curious, and remember, the signal is never off.